everybody, welcome to class today. This is Amy Hager and we're going to go ahead and start on our back. So go ahead and lie down into a Savasana shape and just fall into your breath. So let's start to inhale and exhale, elongating the breath. So inhale maybe for a count of 6. Hold it at the top and then exhale for a count of 6. Inhale for a count of 6. Hold. Exhale for a count of 6. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Continue on your own. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead. Go tall with your spine, point your toes to the front of the room. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourselves a big hug. Rock it out. Maybe bring your forehead to your knees, stretching through the back of the neck. Inhale, arms go long, legs go long. Exhale, knees into the chest, forehead to the knee. Inhale, arms and legs stretch in that position. Exhale, knees into the chest. Plant your feet down onto the floor and begin to windshield wiper the legs side to side. Take your legs, bring your knees into the chest, and then drop your knees up and over to the right side of the mat. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale back into the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back into the center. Plant your feet down onto the floor, moving into dynamic bridges. Inhale, lift your hips up overhead, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, glide down. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Lift your hips. Exhale, glide down. Inhale, baby bridge, arms up overhead. And exhale, glide down. Let's go ahead, straighten your arms and your legs. Lift your shoulders up off the floor. Reach your hands towards the front of the room and begin to lift your feet up off the mat. So pointing your toes. You have the small part of your back, the low part of your back where there is a curve and likes to arch up. Think about pressing the low back down into the floor. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Flex your hands and bring them way back so your biceps are back behind the ears. Maybe you gaze up towards your fingers just a little bit. Keep your shoulder blades off the floor. Let's hold it here. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come on down. Now those can be a little challenging The whole point is that we are keeping the low back pressed down into the floor the whole time. So if you notice your low back coming up, just go ahead and keep pressing the low back down into the floor. Let's try that again. Inhale, lift your feet up off the floor. Begin to lift your shoulder blades off the floor, reaching towards the front of the room to start. And then bring your arms all the way up and over. Flex your hands. Bring your biceps back by the ears. Gaze up at the sky. You could stay here if you want. Maybe you could start to peek up at your fingertips without tipping your chin up too high. So we're trying to simulate a handstand position. Hold this position. Keep your shoulder blades off the mat. Press your low back down. Point your toes. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Those are deceivingly hard. I've been doing yoga a long time and I'm still like, whew. Okay, last one. Pick your shoulder blades off the mat. Reach your hands towards the front of the room. Point your toes. Reach your arms all the way up and overhead. Biceps back by the ears. Relax your head down so you're gazing up at the sky or the ceiling. Maybe you gaze up with your fingertips. Flex your hands. And we got to hold it. Press your low back down into the floor. Point your toes. Keep your shoulders lifted, feet lifted. And we got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax down. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourselves that big hug. And you can begin to rock back and forth. Put your hands on the back of the thighs. And we'll slowly come all the way up into a seated position. Roll forward all the way into a tabletop. So bringing your shoulders directly over your wrists, hips over the knees. Begin to cat and cow the spine. Inhale, cow face. Exhale, cat posture. Round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, cow face. Exhale, cat posture. Inhale, cow face. Exhale, cat. Come into a neutral spine. Look over your right shoulder. Find your right heel. Inhale, back into the center. Exhale, gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, back into the center. Let's lift our right leg up, flex the foot, press it towards the back of the room. Let's bring the right knee all the way up and over to the shoulder. So we're bringing it out and up. We've got 5. Exhale, back. 4. Kick it back. 3. Engage the core. 2. And 1. Stay here. Added challenge. Go ahead, straighten your leg. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower the leg. Other side, left leg, kick it towards the back of the room. Roll the hip down towards the floor. And then we'll bring the knee all the way up towards the armpit. So we've got 5. Kick it back. Exhale, 4. Kick it back. Exhale, 3. Kick it back. Exhale, 2. Kick it back. Last one. Hold it here. Go ahead, straighten the leg. Awkward airplane. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Let's go ahead, find our child's pose. Bring our knees mat distance apart. And you can lower your forehead all the way down towards the floor. Tent up high onto your fingertips and walk your hands all the way to the top of the mat so that we stretch through the side body. We'll go ahead, we'll start to lean forward. Find our downward facing dog. Let's move right into it. Pedal the feet out, left and right, left and right. Start to find some undulating downward facing dog. So come up high on the tippy toes, round forward, peeling it forward one vertebrae at a time. Shift the shoulders in front of the wrists. Come into a plank position. Bend the knees slowly. Find the cow space or the cow face with your body. So tipping the pelvis forward and down, finding your downward facing dog, release the head. Let's do that again. Come up high on the toes, find the cat spine, round it forward, bring the shoulders in front of the wrists. Plank position. Exhale, bend the knees, tip the tailbone back, find the cow face. Shift your legs all the way back, finding your downward facing dog. We've got one more, high on the tippy toes, round forward. Shift the shoulders in front of the wrists, plank position, bend the knees, cow spine, shift the hips back, turbo dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do that a couple more times on your own. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pedal it left and right, left and right. Slowly walk your feet all the way up into your hands. Forward fold. You can let your hands hang heavy. Soften your knees a lot. Maybe put your hands on your elbows, sway side to side. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Reach the crown of the head towards the front of the room. Shift the weight in the toes so that your hips are directly over your ankles. Exhale, fold down towards the floor. Inhale, root to rise. Bring your arms all the way out and up overhead. Gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands in the heart center. If you have an intention for your practice or anything that you would, any kind of positive vibes you want to send out into the universe, go ahead and do so now. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's bring our arms all the way out and up overhead. Let's drop our right hand down, reach the left arm up and overhead, finding the side bend. Gaze under the left arm. Inhale, come back up to the center. Drop your left hand down, reach your right arm all the way up and over. Inhale, come back up towards the center. Find the back bend, hips forward, heart up and back. Exhale, swan dive down towards the floor. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step it back, find your plank position, hug the belly in, knees, chin, and chest, first one. Bring your biceps to graze the side ribs. Slither all the way down onto your belly. Find your baby cobra. So inhale, lift the chest up, hands are by your shoulders, squeeze your thighs together, the tops of the feet press down into the floor. Inhale, lift your chest up, look up in order to go up. Keep your hands floating off the floor. You're using just the strength of your spine. Exhale, lower down, curl the toes under. Inhale, lift, tabletop position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go high to the sky. Pedal it out. Let's do another one. High on the toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, walk or jump to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, bringing the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, prayer through you, all the way down towards the floor. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, step it back, plank position. Hug the belly in, chaturanga or low plank. Bring your biceps in the side ribs. Inhale, lift, upward facing dog. So it's just the tops of your feet and your hands. Lift the thighs up off the mat. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Back and down and back. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go high to the sky. You can shake your head yes and no a couple of times just to release any tension in the head, neck, and the shoulders. Inhale, shift it forward into a plank position. And let's rock and roll the hips side to side. So dropping your right hip down to the floor, left hip to the floor, moving side to side, warming up our obliques. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Let's do one more on the other side. And 1. Hold the plank. Let's go ahead and start to walk the plank a little bit. So just walking your hands side to side. Try to stay as neutral as you can with your hips. Maybe if you have the extra strength, you could walk your hands towards the top of the mat. And then maybe walk them back into your plank. Let's take another walk to the top of the mat. Maybe walk it back. We've got one more little walk to the top of the mat. And then let's hold. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start to walk it back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring our knees wide, child's pose. Glide your hips down to the heels. Let's find our downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up high. Come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, and walk your jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift chair pose. Bend the knees, drive the glutes back. Hug the belly in, and then check to make sure that the knees are behind the toes. Let's drop our arms down and back. Bring your chest closer to the thighs. Squeeze your pinkies together as you have your palms face down towards the floor. Inhale, lift chair pose. Exhale, drop your arms down and back. Inhale, lift chair pose. Exhale, arms down and back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop the arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop the arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop the arms. Hold it here. Maybe you come high on your tippy toes. Added challenge. Stay lifted through the chest. Let's hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you lift your arms, find the chair. See if you can keep your heels lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step it back, plank position, hug the belly in. Inhale, plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your hips high to the sky. Inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step the foot between the hands, low lunge, drop the back knee down onto the floor. Maybe you crawl your hands up to your knee, pushing your chest away from your knee. If you want to go further, maybe you lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. If you feel like your balance is solid, then go ahead, lift the right arm up as well. Find a back bend. If you need blocks, go ahead, use blocks on either side. It's okay. Exhale, half split. So shift the hands down to the floor. Glide the hips back to the knee and lift the right leg, or the right toes. So straighten the right leg, lift through the toes, find a tall spine. Exhale, fold. Start to walk the hands up and then take the blade of the right foot, swing it out to the right side of the mat. Take your left shin, swing it out towards the side, working the IT band, so finding the stretch through the outside of the right leg. And then we'll shift it back to the front of the room. Anjaneyasana once again. Curl the left toes under, find a runner's lunge, shift it back, pyramid position, forehead to the knee. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, wide leg pyramid, forehead to knee. You could lift your right tippy toes up off the floor too as well. Inhale, lift, runner's lunge. Exhale, wide leg pyramid, lift the right toes. Inhale, lift runner's lunge. Walk your hands forward just a little bit. Bend the left knee, kick up off the floor, standing splits. Relax the head down towards the floor. Maybe you take your right hand behind the right calf. Maybe the left hand goes behind it as well. Bend your elbows to bring the chest further on down the thigh. Then release your hands down to the floor. Find your runner's lunge. Step it back. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Smile. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push your hips high to the sky. Inhale, lift, left leg goes high. Exhale, step it between the hands. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. You could stay here with 2 blocks if you'd like. You get to decide. Maybe walk your hands up to your knee. If you feel like you want more, lift your right hand towards the back of the room. Maybe lift your left hand as well. Lift through the heart center. Release your hands down to the floor. Half split. Lengthen the left leg. Lift the toes. Lift your heart. Spill the pelvis forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Take the blade of the left foot, swing it out to the left side of the mat, and take your shin, the right shin, swing it out as well. Walk your hands over to the left. IT band stretch. This can be intense. Take your time. You could use blocks here as well. That also can be helpful, especially if you're tight in your IT band. And then slowly walk your hands back to the front. Find your Anjaneyasana, runner's lunge back at the top of the mat. Curl the right toes under runner's lunge. Exhale, wide leg pyramid, forehead to the knee. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, wide leg pyramid. Inhale, runner's lunge. One more, exhale, wide leg pyramid. Inhale, runner's lunge. Walk your hands forward. Get ready. Strong moment. Bend the right knee. Kick up off the right leg. Standing splits. Roll the right hip down towards the floor. Take your left hand behind the left calf. Maybe you bring your right hand behind it as well. Bend your elbows a lot to bring your chest close to your thigh. Soften the left knee, drop your foot down, step it back. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go high to the sky. Inhale, lift, right leg goes up. Exhale, step it between the hands, warrior one. Drop the left heel down to a 30-degree angle. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Square off your hips. And taking your right hip, pull it back. Left hip, pull it forward. And melt into the right leg. Drop the shoulders down, away from the ears. Hug the belly in. Breathe. Bring your arms out like the letter T, straighten the front right leg. Take your right hand onto the right hip. Reach your left hand towards the front of the room. And then bring the left hand all the way up and over to the outside of the right foot. Maybe you use a block here. Maybe you lift your right hand up towards the ceiling. Revolve triangle. Release both hands down to frame the foot. Come up high on the back left tippy toes. Bend the left knee. Swing the left foot all the way up and over in front of the right leg for a cross-legged forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Swing the left foot back, finding runner's lunge. Inhale, lift, arms come up towards the sky. Tap the left knee down onto the floor. You've got 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap it down 2. Inhale, lift. Last one. Exhale, tap it down. 1. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen the leg. Swing the arms down to the floor. Step it back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So you can add that extra push-up in if you'd like. It's not necessary. You could also skip the push-ups if you want as well. Inhale, lift, left leg goes high. Exhale, step it between the hands, drop the right heel. Preparation for warrior 1. So find your grounding with your feet first. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. Relax the shoulders down and back. Square off the pelvis. Lift through the arches of the back right foot. Straighten the left leg, bring the arms out like the letter T. Take the left hand onto the hip. Twist your right hand towards the front of the room, and then slowly lower the right hand to the top of the foot or to the outside of the left foot. Pull the left hip back a lot. Lift the left hand towards the sky. Lower both hands down to the floor. Come up high on your right tippy toes. Step the right foot all the way up and over in front of the left. Cross-legged fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Come on up, half lift. Swing the left leg back behind you. Find your crescent position. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky. Tap the right knee down 3 times. You've got 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Lower down, hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the right leg. Lower your hands down to the floor. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop your knees, drop your hips. Child's pose. Curl the toes under. Let's go ahead, find our downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out left and right. Inhale, lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, step it between the hands, crescent position. Inhale, lift, arms up towards the ceiling. So again, square off the hips, melt into the right leg. Make sure your knee is behind the ankle. So if your knee is shooting out in front of the ankle at all, go ahead, step your toe heel your feet towards the top of the mat. Hug the belly in. Relax the shoulders down. Kick the heel towards the back of the room. Moving in a lightning crescent. So go ahead, bring your torso to a 45-degree angle. Drop the arms down and back. Squeeze the pinkies tight together. Inhale, lift, crescent position. Exhale, lightning crescent. Drop the arms down and back. Lift through the chest. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, drop the arms down and back. Lightning crescent. Inhale, lift. We've got 2 more. Exhale, drop the arms down and back. Inhale, lift. Last one. Exhale, drop the arms down and back. Hold it here. Bring your hands in the heart center. Bend the left knee. Kick up off the foot. Warrior 3. Flex the left foot. Roll the hip down. Lift through the heart center. Maybe reach your arms all the way up overhead. Find a spot on the floor to look at. Keep flexing the foot. Pull the biceps back by the ears. Lift through the chest. Inhale, lift, modified tree. Glide the left foot up off the floor. Flex the left foot. Bring your hands onto your hips. Go ahead, straighten your left leg. See if you can hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Glide the leg back, hands back in the heart center. Warrior 3. Lift through the chest. Soften the right knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, soften. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, soften. Inhale, straighten. Step back, crescent position. Lift the arms up overhead. Straighten the right leg, drop the arms down to the floor. Inhale, bend, arms up overhead. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Last one. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's bend the leg, bring the arms down to the floor. Take a flow, step it back. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your hips high to the sky. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Crescent position. Come on up. Find your balance. Square off the hips, hug the belly in, kick the right heel towards the back of the room, melt into the left thigh. Let's begin to move. So bring your arms down and back for lightning crescent. Lift through your chest, squeeze the pinkies together to engage the triceps. Inhale, lift, crescent position. Exhale, drop your arms down and back, hug the belly in. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, drop your arms down and back. You've got 3. Inhale, lift. You got 2 more. Exhale, drop the arms down and back, lightning crescent. Moving with the breath. Inhale, lift. Last one, drop the arms down and back. Hold it here. Bring your hands in the heart center. Bend the right knee a lot. Kick up off the foot. Maybe you have to hop a little bit. Find your warrior 3. Roll the right hip down towards the floor. Stay lifted through your chest. Bring your hands into prayer. Cross the thumbs. Reach your arms towards the front of the room. Hug the belly in. Pull the biceps back by the ears. And then you can lower your hands to your chest. Bring your right thigh up into a modified tree. Or right thigh, yeah. So flex the right foot. Bring your thigh parallel to the floor. Find your balance. Hands onto your hips. Go ahead, straighten your right leg. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find warrior 3. Bring your hands back into heart center. Lift through the chest. 3 baby squats. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Bend your knee. Find your crescent position. And then drop your hands down to the floor. Step it back. Plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Crescent position. Inhale, lift the arms up. Tap the knee twice. You got 1. Exhale, down 2. Open it up, warrior 2. Melt into the right leg. Extend the arms in opposition. Lift the right hand up overhead. Find your reverse warrior. Fan out the right side ribs. Up towards the sky. Gaze underneath the right bicep. Exhale, side angle. Bring your elbow onto the knee. Reach the left arm all the way up and overhead. Inhale, reverse warrior. Begin to move and breathe and flow between these 2 postures, so it doesn't have to be at the same pace as me. Just exploring reverse warrior and exploring side angle. Inhale as you lift, reaching your right arm all the way up and overhead. Exhale as you come back into your side angle position. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. And let's come back into our warrior 2 position. Gaze back over the right finger. Exhale, skandasana. So straighten your right leg. Begin to shift over into the left leg, bending the left knee a lot. So maybe you have your hands on the floor. If you're able to bring them in the heart center, go ahead and do so. Lift through the chest. Let's go ahead, Skandasana to the front of the mat. So maybe you bring your arms out like the letter T, and then if you're able to bring them back into the prayer at the front of the mat, go ahead and do so. Press the left heel down into the floor. It will help you with your balance, pointing your toes up towards the ceiling. Come up high on your right tippy toes. One more time. Bring your arms out like the letter T. Skandasana to the back of the mat. And then release your hands down to the floor. Walk your hands all the way forward, finding a nice forward bend. And then walk your hands back. Turn to frame the front right foot. So lift through the chest. Exhale, fold over the front leg. Using your hands, bend the right knee, shift back up towards the top of the mat. Hop the left foot forward just a little bit so you're in pyramid position. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, fold. Shift the hips or the weight into the right hip so that it brings the right hip up and back, the left hip more forward and down, squaring off the hips. Release your hands down to the floor. Slide the right foot back so it's about a foot behind your hands. Lift the left leg up. Maybe you come up high on the right tippy toes. You always have the option of adding in some baby hops. Maybe you come up into your handstand. Inhale, plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your hips high to the sky. Inhale, lift. Left leg goes high. Exhale, step it between the hands, crescent position. Inhale, lift your arms up. Tap the right knee 2 times. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. Drop the right heel. Open it up. Warrior 2. Bring your feet to a heel-to-heel alignment or heel-to-arch alignment. Lift through the arches of the back right foot. Melt into the right leg and push the knee back. Make sure your knee is over the ankle. If it's in front, you need a wider stance. So never have the knee in front of the ankle. Lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Find your reverse warrior. Fan out the left side ribs. Exhale, side angle. Bring your left elbow to the inside of the left knee. Extend the right arm all the way up and over. So extended side angle. Hug the belly in. Inhale, reverse warrior. So beginning to move between these 2 postures. Reverse warrior and side angle. Reach your right arm up and over. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. So moving on your own breath, just feeling the sensations of your body moving through space. Imagining your hands cutting through the air. And then we'll find our warrior 2. Stretch the arms long in opposition. Skandasana or side runner's lunge. So straighten the left leg and begin to shift the weight over the back right leg. Come up high on the right tippy toes. If you need to drop your hands for balance, go ahead and do so. Maybe you're able to bring one hand in the heart center. Maybe you can bring the second. So you can do this whole Skandasana flow with your hands on the floor if you'd like. Inhale, shift it up and over. Skandasana to the front of the room. Drive the right heel down into the floor. Come up high on the left tippy toes. One more time. Inhale, lift. Skandasana back to the back of the room. Whew. Pressing the heel down into the floor. You can do it. And then we'll slowly come all the way, actually walk your hands all the way to the middle of the room. So hold your Skandasana and then walk your hands forward. Fold in between the legs. Find a nice hip opener here. Walk your hands back. Turn to frame the front left leg. Inhale, lift with a tall spine. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands forward for the runner's lunge. And then hop the right foot forward, pyramid position. Inhale, lift with a nice flat back and pyramid. Exhale, fold over the front left leg. Shift the weight into the left hip. Squaring off or leveling your hips. Whew, my left hamstring is tight today. Let's go ahead, glide the left foot back. Plant your palms down on the floor. Maybe come up high on your left tippy toes. You could add your baby hops. You can add those baby hops. Yes, I still fall. And then go ahead, step it back. Inhale, high plank. And exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Come up high on your toes, bend your knees, look between the hands, walk or jump to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, lift, chair pose. Let's bring your feet together so your toes and heels touch. Let's bring the right hand back, left hand forward. Maybe come up high on your tippy toes. Squeeze the knees together. Keep the heels lifted. Inhale, lift. Come back to the center. Chair pose. Exhale, drop the left hand down and back. Lift the left thumb up towards the ceiling. If you fall, just come back. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift back into your chair. And then exhale, release the heels, hands in the heart center, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, step the foot back. Find your plank position. Hold the plank here. Let's add 5 yogi push-ups. So shift the shoulders in front of the wrists. Exhale, lower down, low plank. Inhale, push up, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, lift, high plank. Exhale, down, low plank. Inhale, lift, high plank. Exhale, down, low plank. Inhale, lift, high plank. Last one, exhale, down, low plank. Inhale, lift, high plank. Drop the knees wide, child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Gently come on up, find your downward facing dog, curl the toes under, lift the knees up. Come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, walk or jump to the top of the mat. Bring your feet to the outside edges of the mat. Drop your hips down for Malasana squat. Bring your hands in the heart center. Push your elbows into the knees, finding a nice tall spine. Release your hands down to the floor. We're going to do a move where you press the ball of your foot down into the floor and spin the heels out, coming into a flat back. Exhale, spin the heels in, drop the hips down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Let's keep going. Let's see if we could go a little bit faster. Let's go for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Plant the left hand down onto the floor. Inhale, lift the right hand up towards the sky. And then drop the right hand down. Inhale, lift the left hand up towards the sky. Drop the hand down. Let's come back down into that Malasana squat. Let's do a second set. So find the nice tall spine, elbows push the knees open, lift through the heart, drop your hands down. Spin the heels in, or spin the heels out, find the flat back. Exhale, spin the heels in, drop the hips down. Inhale, lengthen, heels out. Exhale, heels in. And then let's begin to move. So inhale, lengthen, we've got 10, drop it down. 9, down, 8, down, 7, 6, release, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, hold it here. Let's bring your hands behind the back this time. Reach your arms up and overhead. And then release your hands down to your floor. Malasana squat. Those are awesome. Let's do them one last time. I know you're probably burning up, but it's so good for you. Drop your hands down to the floor. Find the flat back. Spin the heels out. Exhale, drop the hips down. Inhale, spin them out. Exhale, drop them down. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Hold the fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Bring your arms all the way out and up overhead. Whew. Exhale, hands in the heart center. Bring your feet hip distance apart. You can stretch your arms down towards the floor. Okay, let's move into eagle position. Bring your arms out and up overhead, palms touch. Swing the right arm underneath the left. Cross your elbows, cross your wrists, palms touch. Pull the elbows down below the eye, so your fingertips are below the eyes. If you can't quite get the double wrap, go ahead, give yourselves a big hug. You know, working your fingers closer towards the middle of your back. So let's go ahead, find those eagle arms, pull the elbows down. Lift through the chest, tip the tailbone back. Inhale, lift the right leg up high, up and over the left. Cross. So if you have a single wrap or a double wrap, either way, it doesn't matter, point your toe. If you need to put your right foot down on a block, that also works as well. We're working on shifting all 12 major joints into one center line. So imagine there's a big string pulling all of your joints into one line. Your elbows, your wrists, your knees, and your ankles. If your knees shifted off to the left, bring them down to the center. And then go ahead, stand up, warrior 3. So drive the right foot towards the back of the room. Flex the foot. Kick the heel to the back. Roll the right hip down towards the floor. Inhale, lift, modified tree. Prepare to re-wrap it up back into your eagle position. Bend the left leg. Re-wrap the leg. Find your balance, find your drishti. That's where you're gazing. And then slowly come on out of it. Ooh, unwind. So good. Bring the feet together, toes and heels touch. Bring your arms out and up overhead, palms touch. Swing the left arm underneath the right this time. Cross your elbows, cross your wrists, palms touch. Pull the elbows down, hug the belly in, lift through your chest. So again, give yourself the big hug if you can't quite get the double wrap with the hands. It's all good. It'll happen step by step by step. Inhale, lift the left foot up and wrap it around the right. So you can stop here, putting your left foot down on the floor. Or if you want to do the double wrap, go ahead and do so. Lift through the chest, tip the tailbone back. Lift through the arches of the right foot. Try not to roll into the arches, hug the belly in. Pull the elbows down so you can gaze over the fingertips. Move into warrior 3. So keep the eagle arms, unwrap the left leg, kick the left heel towards the back of the room, roll the left hip down, stay lifted in through the chest. Inhale, lift, come back up, modified tree. Bend the left knee. See if you can wrap it back up like a nice little package. Lift through the chest, tip the tailbone back, find the back bend, hug the belly in, pull the elbows down. Breathe. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, slowly come on out of it. Whew. Shake it out. You guys are awesome. Come on out. Whew. Just take a moment to collect your breath. Stretch your hands down to the floor. Bend your knees a lot. Bring your feet together. Bring your arms up overhead. Lightning chair. Come up high in the right tippy toes and extend the right foot towards the front of the room. And then slowly come down, releasing the right foot. Inhale, lift, left foot comes high. Hold it there. Slowly lower that foot down to the floor. Bring your hands in the heart center. Lift the right heel towards the right glute. Point the right toe. Extend the right leg to the back of the room. Bend the left knee, so keep the left knee bent. Soften down to the floor, finding your crescent position. Inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Find your twist. Gaze over the left shoulder. You have the option to open the arms. Release the hands back down to the floor. Step the right foot back to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Find your chair pose. Hands in the heart center. Lift the left heel up to the glute. Point your toe. Extend the left foot to the back of the room. Tulandasana. And then soften down towards the floor. Crescent position. Find your crescent twist. So bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Hands in the heart center. Gaze over the right shoulder. You have the option to fly the arms away, or you could keep them in prayer. You can decide. Release your hands down to the floor. Let's step it back this time. Inhale, plank position. Hold the plank, 5 push-ups. Exhale, push down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Whew. Bring your left ear to the mat. Look to the right. Extend your hands, palm face down towards the floor. Bring your shoulders, or your hands to your shoulders. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale, lift. So bring your chin to the mat. Bring your hands to your shoulders. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale, lift, baby cobra. Press the tops of the feet down into the floor. So you're using just the strength of your spine. You should be able to lift your hands up off the mat. Exhale, come on down. Bring your right ear to the mat. Look to the left. Palm face up. Inhale back to the center. Bring your arms in front of you like a Superman. You can open up the legs so your arms are shoulder distance, legs are hip distance apart. Chin to the mat. Inhale, lift both arms and legs simultaneously. Let's go ahead and squeeze them tight together. Palms touch. Inhale, open them up wide. 5-point star. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. We've got 3. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Last one. Inhale, open. See if you can come up a little higher. And down. Left ear to the mat. Look to the right. Palm face up. Let's bring the chin back to the mat. Let's lift just the chest. Reach your feet, your fingertips towards the feet. Let's go ahead and lift the feet up off the mat. Bring your arms out like to the side, like an airplane. Bring your arms up overhead. Lift your thighs up off the mat a little more. Inhale back into the letter T. Reach your arms to the back of the room. Let's do that again. Inhale, letter T. Arms to the front of the room. Exhale to the T. Into the back of the room. Lower down, right ear to the mat. Look to the left, palm face up. Bring your chin to the mat. Push up into a tabletop position, coming into camel. So put your hands on your low back. Palm face down. as if you're putting your fingertips into your pockets. Swing your elbows back, puff out through your chest, and begin to lift your chin up. And maybe you stop here. If you want to go further, maybe you reach down. One hand finds the heel, fingertips go on the inside arches of the foot, thumbs go on the outside arches of the foot. Maybe your second hand finds it. Go ahead, lift your head all the way up, over and back. Push your hips forward towards the front of the room. Slowly bring your hands back onto the low back, and then bring your knees together, child's pose. Bring your hands to the back of the room, palm face up. Let's go ahead, do one more. Bring your knees about hip distance apart. You could use 2 fists to measure. Put your hands on your low back, swing the elbows back, puff out through the chest. Go ahead, release one hand to the heel and the other. Push your hips forward, lift your head back. And slowly come back up, hands back onto the hips. Bring your knees together, come down, child's pose. Reach your hands to the back of the mat, palm face up. We can slowly come on up and swing your legs all the way up, over and around. Let's do those same sit-ups that we did at the beginning of class. So reach your hands towards the front of the room, lift your feet up off the mat, squeeze the inner thighs in tight together, reach your arms up overhead, flex the hands, pull the biceps back by the ears. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. So while we're doing those, remember to press your low back down into the floor. Bring your chin closer to the chest, biceps back by the ears, flex your hands. You can look straight up at the sky, or maybe you peek up at your hands. So imagine you're doing a handstand. You're just laying down. Let's do it again. Lift your arms, lift your feet, reach your arms all the way up and overhead. Press the low back down into the floor, biceps back by the ears. And then maybe you gaze up at your hands. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Come on down, breathe. And then we've got one last one. Go ahead and lift your arms up towards the front of the room. Lift your feet, spiral the inner thighs in tight together. Press the low back down into the floor. Raise your biceps back by your ears. Flex your hands. Maybe gaze up at your fingertips. Hold it there. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Bring your arms down by your side. Let's bring our knees into the chest. You can rock it forward, coming into reverse table. So point your fingers towards the front of the room. Plant your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, lift through the chest. So roll the chest open first, and then lift the hips up. If you want to go ahead, release the head down towards the floor, go ahead and do so, but stay lifted up and out of the shoulders. Try not to sink into them. If you want to take it a step further, drop the hips down just a little bit and lengthen one leg up. And then the other. Go ahead, straighten your legs and lift to the chest. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down towards the floor. Okay, walk your hips back a couple of times. Inhale, lift through the chest. Arms reach up tall towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold down towards the floor. And then we'll slowly come on up. Bend your right knee and then bring it up and over the left. Take your right hand at the base of the spine, left arm goes up tall. Exhale, twist. Press your left elbow down into the right knee, gaze over the right shoulder. And then gaze back towards the center. Change legs. Bring the left foot up and over the right knee. Take the left hand at the base of the spine. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, twist. And then slowly come back to the center. Bring your feet to touch. Knees go wide apart. Bound angle. Inhale, lift. Maybe a yogi toe lock your toes. Exhale, fold. Press your elbows down into your knees and let your head roll forward. Slowly roll on up. Bring your legs out into a wide leg fold. So turn to face the side of your mat. I find this just to be a little bit nicer because it doesn't hurt my heels as much. So sit up tall. And then if you have blocks, you can lean on blocks, but walk forward. Maybe come down to your forearms. If this is too deep, you could put your forearms on blocks. And then just find your comfortable edge. And then slowly come on up. Let's bring your both legs together. So lean back, bring your feet together. We could turn to face the front of the room. Let's slowly lie down onto your backs. Let's find happy baby. So bring your thighs up to the outside of the ribs. Hold your hands on the outside edges of the feet. If you have any final stretches you want to do, go ahead and do so. Maybe straighten one leg, maybe straighten the other. Maybe straighten both legs. Maybe bring your feet together. Bring them closer towards your face. Let's bring the right leg in, straighten the left. And then bring your right hand off to the side. Take your left hand on the right knee and then find the twist. Inhale back into the center. You can straighten your leg. Let's go ahead and change sides. Inhale, lift left leg in. Take your right hand on the left knee. Find the twist. Gaze over the left shoulder. And then slowly come back into the center. Find your Savasana. So if you want to maybe reach your arms up overhead, grow long in your spine. Exhale, drop your arms down by your side. Maybe you bring your feet in just a little bit. Lift your pelvis, do a baby bridge, and then glide back down into your final Savasana, palm face up, and just breathe. Thank you so much for doing yoga with me today. You guys are all amazing, wonderful, beautiful people. Try to stay calm during these crazy times. This too shall pass, as they say. Sending you all much love, light, joy, and bliss. And breathe.